What's up, crew? Welcome to vlog number 4. All right, I kind of can't believe I'm on number 4 already because 1 was a challenge. Just getting into vlogging. Again, it's been a long time. It's so funny. I had somebody comment on the last vlog video. This guy was like, damn, you're still on YouTube? I remember you from 10 years ago, but you look so young still. I was really happy about that. That was a nice compliment. And it's funny, the guy's name was More Plates, or Derek More Plates, More Fiber, which was a great username to content ratio, because in the beginning of that last vlog, I was talking about Gorilla Mode, my pre-workout of choice right here, made by none other than Derek More Plates, More Dates. So Derek More Plates, More Fiber, shout out to you. Thanks for the comment. I'm glad you're back with me. Yes, it's been 10 years, but I never stopped training. I never stopped living the life. I just fell off of YouTube and I want to get back. So that's what I'm doing. So everybody in the crew right now watching, welcome to vlog number 4. This is going to be a squat focused day. I should say a quad focused day, because right now I'm not actually running squats for my core lift, which is the main lift of every GST day. I'm actually running lunges because they're easier on my back. I like them a lot. And they just do the trick for me. So not a lot of people are choosing lunges as their core lift, but I'm doing it. I'm being different, and I'm doing what works for me right now. And lunges and split squats and things like that are where it's at. So let me finish up my pre. Let me go change pants and maybe shirts. I'm just in street clothes right now, but I'm gonna get this pre in, let it digest, let it do its thing, get me amped up, and then I'll be back to kick off quad focus day. I'm so used to saying squat focus day, and it is GST squat day, but I have a hard time calling it that since I'm not really doing squats as my core lift. But anyways, GST squat day, quad day for me. I'll be back soon. All right, those felt amazing. Remember, it's important to do those warm-ups. Make sure that your knees and everything are feeling good. Do some pre-stretching. But as usual, I'm starting with the light weight, the empty bar, and I'm gonna work up from there in roughly 20% increments. You'll see that as I go. Don't forget what I said about warm-ups. I've already done 1 set with the empty bar. It's important to warm up the knees, get them moving, get some blood in the area, get some blood in the working muscle groups, practice form, and just get a tad extra volume. So warm up set number 2. I just threw on another 30 pounds. And I'm just gonna do probably 6 to 8 per side. I'm taking my time thinking about flexing my quads of the front leg each time I stand back up. I'm trying to do minimal work with that back leg, maximal work with the front leg. All right, today feels really good. Knees feel strong. No need to pre-stretch. If I was gonna pre-stretch, if my knees were feeling touchy, one of the best stretches, especially for outer knee pain, is try to cross a leg. We're going to be trying to stretch the IT band here. Cross a leg, kind of push back, and just fold over right away. I can feel the IT band of the right leg. That's the leg that's in back. I can feel that stretching out. Same thing, kind of push back, fold over like you're doing a toe touch stretch. Already I can feel the left IT band. That's the leg that's in back. You got to have that cross leg position. Got to hip hinge back. fold over and get that stretch. If I do ever have knee pain when I'm doing lunges, when I'm warming up, I hit that stretch, it instantly goes away. All right, I'm gonna get straight into working weight here, which is 115. This is an 8-8 AMRAP day for the first lift. Remember, GST core lifts always hit 2 traditional sets and then an AMRAP. Working set 1, now that's 8-8 AMRAP, and it's 8 per leg when you're doing unilateral work. Don't get that twisted. You don't just do 8 steps, you do 16 steps. Slow controlled lower, explosive positive. All right, easy 8. I'm gonna take my pause. It's gonna be a 2-minute rest period, at least. Lunges, they're unilateral. The sets take longer. You're using big muscle groups. You're gonna get that heart rate up. You're gonna be a little out of breath. So I'm gonna take my rest, make sure I maximize the next set. Set number 2, another set of 8. You know, I'm only putting my hood up because I don't want a big clump of cotton in between me and the bar. I like to feel close, feel connected. Easy 8 here, just stepping back. Remember, when I stand up, I'm focusing on the quads of the front leg and also the glute of the front leg a little bit as well. The back leg is just for balance, working minimally here. 8 per side, 16 total steps. This is feeling light today. There we go, easy. All right, very easy reps there. 2 sets down. We're gonna be taking some more rest, 2 to 3 minutes. I gotta gear up for this big AMRAP set. AMRAP sets of lunges, they flat out suck, I'm not gonna lie. It's something that you have to mentally prepare for. You have to understand what's coming, know you're gonna get your heart rate up real high, close to max. You're gonna be burning, you're gonna be out of breath. It's gonna flat out suck, but I'm gonna try for 16 to 20 reps per side, and no doubt I'm gonna be taking some pauses, so using that rest pause technique just to force the volume in and focus on growth. So this weight is light, 60%, 1 rep max roughly. I'm doing an AMRAP set, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of reps. There's a chance that form might start to break down a little bit. That's why I'm belting up. I definitely don't need it for initial support, but I don't see anything wrong with using a tool that you have at your disposal. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. Now, I talked about this AMRAP set. This is gonna be rough, brutal, savage. It's gonna suck, I know it, but you gotta do that when you wanna push yourself, pump the volume out, get the pump, and just try to do hard shit. I mean, you gotta do hard shit. It's part of living. It's Personal development, builds character. All right, 16 to 20 per leg. I'm going to do this every other step. Sometimes I do groupings, like 5 right, 5 left. I'm not going to do that. I'm going every other. Let's have some fun. I do try to go kind of fast in the beginning of these AMRAP sets. Get as many out as I can without taking a rest pause. Okay. Whew. I think that's 30. Otherwise known as 15 per side. Whew. 16. 17. 18. 19. So close. 20. Got it. Man, I was feeling failure closing in there for sure. Especially on 18, 19, and 20. It's a good move to try to slow down your breathing at this point. Try to take those deep breaths, even though it's so tempting and natural to just suck air in and blow it out quickly. Got to try to take those deep breaths. Calm your body down, calm your mind down. All right, so in the moment, that set sucked. But now that I'm done, I feel good, I feel proud, I feel accomplished. I don't really care that I just went through 60 seconds of hell. That's fine. You got to go through those minutes of hell to come out the other side with some growth, mentally and physically, and that's what it's all about. I'm going to get on to the next exercise. GST squat day core lift is done. It's in the books. Thin. And let's get on to the next move. All right. I'll see you in a second. The lift that I'm going to do next is a quad focus squat. Now, as you can tell, maybe you did, maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. I've got my Addy Powers Olympic squat shoes on. Those give me a raised heel stance. Sometimes I prefer even a more raised heel, so I'll wear these, plus I'll stand on a plate. Today I'm just going traditional raised heel squats. I'm going to use the Oppen bar. You're going to see it's going to look different. I like it. It's like a cambered bar, kind of like a bull bar. I can hold the weight a little bit forward, so I get that front squat weight positioning with a bar actually on my back, more comfortably on my back. This is a nice close stance, quad focused, kind of a frog stance, toes out a little bit. All right, those felt really nice. You'll notice the depth marker. I'm squatting onto a ball. I don't have to be doing this, but it's one trick that I wanted to show you because it gives you a specific depth. In other words, a specific range of motion that every rep hits, every rep stays identical. It's just a nice little mental tap and go spot at the bottom, just to ensure full range of motion and full range of motion with every rep. That's the key to the depth marker. One other thing I want to point out about the depth marker, the nice thing about it, it's sitting somewhere on the floor relative to your body. So when a person sets it a little bit behind them, they have to make sure to push back on their heels, shoot their butt back as they squat down. So it gives them not only a depth marker, it also gives them a location marker as to where their butt should hit relative to their feet. You can change the dynamics of your squat based on where you place your depth marker. So today, my depth marker is close. My heels are almost touching it because I'm actually kind of pushing my knees forward, squatting down, straight down, trying to keep an upright body, upright torso, and then driving up. So it's a quad focused squat. If I was doing a different type of squat, I would stand farther forward. I would have to shoot back a lot more and then drive up. It's a different type of squat. Also for that squat that I just showed you, that second one, I'd probably have flat-soled shoes on. It's more of a wider stance, generally wider stance variation, more like a box squat. I'd probably have the ball a little bit higher too. All right. Quad focus squat, heels raised. Ugh. Pretty solid 10 there. Those did feel good. Very controlled, very focused. I think I mentioned this in my last lift day vlog. My right ankle has a tendency to want to cave in, so I really have to make sure not to fan that toe out and let it cave in. I have to really make sure to push that right knee out. I'm basically squatting through the right side of my right foot. If you see that in the mirror when you're doing it, just make sure you push out a little bit. Put that mental cue in your head, and your form's going to be more symmetrical from left to right. Let's get back into it. I had to try this angle. I think it's going to be pretty cool from the front. All right, right up close to my depth marker, tucked up in there. All right, lots of quads there. Lots of quads there, and that's what it's all about. When you're trying to do a quad focus squat, you want to have your mind on those babies, thinking about them, doing things to help accentuate your quads. In this case, I'm pushing my knees a little forward as I squat. I have a decently close stance. I've got my heels raised. I've got the Addy Power Olympic squat shoes on. And I'm also using a bar that mimics the front squat. If you don't have the bar, that's fine. Just do front squats. And there's a lot of other machines you can use to do quad focus squats as well. The hack squat is a great one. That's more common. The pendulum squat is another amazing one. That's very uncommon, but it's a killer. I've used it. It's got the nickname the Humbler for very good reason. I did not have to put a lot of weight on there to get challenged and get those quads lit up. All right, so I'm just resting, regular rest, and then I'm gonna get back into another set, finish up number 3. I wanted to do 3 sets of this working weight, and then I'm gonna move on to a hip hinge movement. Yes, I know it's not quad focused, but by now you should know that this program, it's twice weekly frequency on all major muscle groups. So on each leg day, there's 2 leg days, you touch quads, hams, glutes, and calves on both of those leg days. So the next hip hinge movement that's coming up is gonna be where I hit my hamstrings and glutes real hard. I'm gonna do hyperextensions. I'll show you the setup for that. It's pretty non-traditional. I'm doing Roman chair hyperextensions, but you can still use all the tips I'm gonna give you for traditional angled hyperextensions, which is what you normally see at most commercial gyms. What's up, how you doing now? I bet you were expecting Roman chair hypers, just like I was talking about. You know what, I want to take a little break, sit down, connect, dial in with you. I wanted to talk about an important topic that has to do with making the most of the work you put in the gym, and that's recovery. Now, recovery is something that you're gonna hear people say, man, it's so important. Recovery is when you grow, and those things are true. Recovery is super important. And it's also when you grow. I mean, literally, you're recovering. You are repairing the damage that you inflicted to your muscles in the gym. So in the gym is when you train hard. In the gym is where you bust yourself up, create those micro tears, tear up your muscle fibers. And of course, when you're not doing that, you know, I would just say the minute that you're done is when your body just instantly wants to start recovering. Because every time you get hurt, what does your body want to do right away? It just goes to work on recovering. Training is hurting yourself. Not these giant injuries, no broken bones, hopefully no muscle tears, serious muscle tears, things like that. But it's hurting, it's like microdosing pain, microdosing injury. And when you microdose injury in the gym, you have to recover from that. And recovery days are a must. You cannot train every day. If you are training every day and you're not getting broken down over time and you're not getting overtrained, I'm sorry, but the simple fact is you're just not training that hard. Because there's not a human on earth that can bust their ass and actually train hard and actually use principles like progressive overload. And they can't do that every day without eventually getting injured, demotivated, broken down, hormonally damaged. Those things are reality. You cannot escape that. I don't care if you are on PEDs, getting the maximum amount of sleep you can, getting in the sun, getting that nice vitamin D, doing everything you can to keep your hormones up naturally, doing everything you can to be alert, to be ready, to be optimally functional. If you're training hard and you're actually training with intensity every day, you're going to break down over time, and it's going to take less time than you think. Overtraining is real. if you know how to push yourself. So the importance of recovery days, man, it's up there. It's up there as much as training. You can't grow without training. You can't grow without proper recovery. I should say, you can't grow without training, but you can't train for growth without proper recovery. I think that's a better way to put it. Have you ever gone through a period of time where your brain was telling you, man, I want to train, I want to train, I want to train. So you just kept going to the gym every day. And eventually your body was just telling you, man, like, you need to stop this. Like, this is too much. I'm hurting, I'm aching. I'm not as strong as I could be. But your brain, your need to get to the gym and tear it up, it's overcoming your body's signs, and you just keep going. Eventually you get hurt. Eventually you get to this point where you start really getting weak. You lose motivation. That is what happens when you're overtrained, and that's what happens when you don't take recovery days. So how many recovery days? I like 3 recovery days per week. If I'm unable to manage my mind's need to get in here, I'll train 5 days a week and have the 2 recovery days a week. But that does catch up to me. Of course, age has a little bit to do with it. I'm getting close to 43. I used to be able to train, pretty hard 5 to 6 days a week, but that was in my 30s. Now in my 40s, it's 4 to 5 days a week. And that's important for you to realize if you're watching this and you're around my age. If you're older, 50s, I'm not there yet, but if you're older and natural, you're probably going to be wanting that 3 definite days per week of recovery. Honestly, I could talk about this for a lot longer, but this is a long-ass rest period, and I need to get going. I need to get to my next exercise here. Let's get the Roman hyperextensions done, and I'll show you what they're all about. I'll give you tons of tips for them as well. Okay, Roman chair hyperextensions coming up. Good old Roman chair hypers coming up. Now the thing with these is you don't actually want to try to hyperextend your back. You want to focus on pulling your upper body with your hamstrings and your glutes. So you want to be positioned, where you can fall over your Roman chair. And when you come up, you want to tuck the chin, flex the glutes, flex the hamstrings. You don't want to try and throw yourself up and look up. That's different. I'm getting more flex in my glutes and hamstrings when I keep it clean, keep my chin tucked, and focus on the glute hamstring squeeze, particularly glutes at the top, hamstrings at the bottom. Now I like to get this full extension at the bottom. I don't like to stop here. I like to come down, kind of stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. So I'm just going to add some weight. I'm going to keep this against me. I'm going to pull my chin into it so I get that chin tuck automatically. There we go. Now, I like to get a dead stop at the bottom. You were seeing that. And I like to just sit here afterwards for a little bit because my hamstrings are lit up. They start to burn anything past 10 for me on this one. So I just have to let them fizzle out a little bit before getting out of it. Now, this is a phenomenal move. I love this move. And I'm lucky I was able to pick up this Rogue utility bench. It works great. If you are a home gym owner and you have a rack that fits something like this, I know Rep Fitness makes one, Titan Fitness, Rogue Fitness, obviously. It's great. There's a lot of things you can do with this. This happens to be one of my favorites. And to do this, you're also going to need a roller. So I have 2 of these. This is a roller pad. Pick this up. This also just fits in the rack. You know, I can put this in the rack anywhere I want. And then there's a cap that screws on the other end. This is also great. Split squats. You could put it real low to put your feet under for sit-ups. There's so many uses for this thing, and I got 2 of them because sometimes I do things that just require 2 of them. But mainly, you just need 1 for a lot of exercises, and I definitely recommend picking one of these up if you can. This is also Rogue. I just like to match the brands because it works. This is a Rogue rack, so obviously I'm going to get Rogue accessories if I can. Yeah, they're a little pricey, but the quality, I feel like you pay for, you get what you pay for. And with Rogue, you get nice stuff. So I said I was going to drop a lot of tips for these Roman chair hypers, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So here's another one. When you're setting this up, I really like to have some knee bend because I view this as a Romanian deadlift style lift. I don't like to do straight leg deadlifts. Straight leg deadlifts are something you're just never going to see me doing. I don't believe in them because I feel like they stress the low back too much. So when you Romanian deadlift, you bend your knees a little bit. When you Roman chair hyper, you should bend your knees a little bit. I don't like to have completely straight legs. If I did, my roller would be lower. I'd be forced into the position, and I'm just not a fan. I get a better connection with the hamstrings when I can bend my knees. So that's why, you know, from that side angle of that last set, you saw my knees bent a little bit. It's more comfortable, and I believe it's safer. Full stretch. I'm actually using my abs a little bit to pull me down to get that nice full stretch. Remember, a stretched muscle under resistance is a muscle that's going to grow more as opposed to a non-stretched muscle under resistance. Chin tuck, glute flex, hamstring flex, controlled lowering, a little more explosive lifting. So here comes that hamstring burn, always around number 10 for me. All right, those felt phenomenal. Now, I gotta let it fizzle. Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. I'm gonna keep getting it. Because we can't let those hamstrings go untouched today. I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking about. Glute flex, lower slow, hamstring stretch, hamstring flex, glute stretch, lower slow, stretch the hamstrings, repeat. Hamstrings are fired up now. Burn's only getting more intense, and that's good. Feel it, connect, build that mind-muscle connection, and keep going. Ooh, one more. Ooh.
So they're lit up right now, slowly going away. They don't stop burning until you take tension off. So you gotta use your hands. You gotta take your legs off the roller and just let your body take care of that burn. There we go. Roman chair hypers in the books. Okay, off camera, I just hit 5 sets of leg extensions. Heavy weight, like real heavy for 12 reps, grinding out the 12th, 11th rep. And then I pushed past failure on a few of them, did like an extra 5 to 10 reps of partials. And I also cut the weight in half for a 6th set, just a nice 20 rep volumator. Really pushing tons of blood, tons of volume onto my quads. It's a big quad focused day. So yeah, I got that done with leg extensions. Now I'm hitting shrugs. I'm gonna hit some calf raises off camera. Nobody wants to see calf raises. And then I'm gonna hit some abs as well. Maybe I'll do abs on camera, I'm not sure. Abs, I don't think that many people care about abs, watching abs, but we'll see what happens. If I don't do it, it's hanging leg raises. So with shrugs, I could definitely hold this without straps, but I do almost all of my other work without straps. And I like to just dial in the traps. I like to think about nothing else. So I strap up for these, and then I don't have to worry about my grip. Excellent set. Now with these shrugs, literally all I'm thinking about is just raising my traps up towards my ears. It's like if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, you shrug. In this case, somebody asked me a question and I didn't know the answer 10 times in a row while I was holding 225. So trap work, trap work, trap work. Also, if you can do a set of shrugs without lifting up your upper lip a little bit, you're not going heavy enough. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, sir. All right, that's that trap pump right there. I really love having big traps. There's just something about it. Just really completes the body. Man, those feel so good. Well, crew, the time has come for me to shut this workout down. I know I didn't show you my leg extensions. I know I didn't show you my hanging leg raises or my calf raises. Big deal, right? I mean, you saw the meat and potatoes of it. You saw the lunges. You saw the squats. You saw the Roman chair hypers and the shrugs. Those are, honestly, the big compound movements for the day. No doubt. Man, my legs are tore up right now, and I am ready to get that post-workout shake in. I got a big afternoon ahead of me. See, what I do is I get these workouts in. Takes me hour and a half to 2 hours with the filming. The filming takes a little bit longer, but it's 100% worth it. I like being here with you. I like feeling like you're here with me. Maybe you're doing these workouts with me. I don't know. That'd be great. I would love it. And if you are, you know, let me know. Comment. Ask me some questions. That's how these vlogs get better. Interaction. But it's time for me to get my post-workout meal in. I had to just touch base, get together for a second, let you know that I appreciate you watching. And I'm off to my afternoon. 3 client sessions. After that, I got to do some work on the exterior of the house. We got a porch that's got 8 windows in it. Tomorrow, new windows are getting put in. And also that porch doesn't have any siding on it right now. So tomorrow, the siding is going to go on as well. I got to do a little bit of touch-up paint around the foundation before those guys come in and start tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a big afternoon, big night. But like I said, I appreciate you being here with me. It's post-workout shake time. Hopefully you're doing the same. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.